Can you believe it's 10 years since a global audience of 2 billion watched Prince William and Kate Middleton? I know, 10 years. Of course, now the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge tie the knot at Westminster Abbey. The BBC's former royal correspondent, Jennie Bond, will be joining us to look back at the big day in just a moment.
You know, I love that wedding so much. Just seeing everyone breathing on each other there as well was amazing. But I remember being really depressed after that wedding, and I'm going to Mark, why isn't my life more romantic? Because it was so romantic. Do you remember the gorgeous white dress she came up with, the sash for the evening?
I loved it when they got in the car with Just Married and all the tin cans and went up the mall.
That was cute. I don't actually think I watched it at the time. I think I was busy.
Where were you?
I was having a barbecue at my mate's house because it was a bank holiday. Remember, we were given an extra bank holiday, so we were just sort of sat in her garden having a barbecue, enjoying ourselves, and then I watched the highlights on ITV News.
We watched every moment.
Later on.
Oh,
sorry, I think that. Whilst Denise sorts herself out, let's talk to Jennie now. Jennie, gosh, you must. What's it like for you looking back on that now?
Well, like you, I went, oh, isn't it lovely? Because royal weddings are absolutely gorgeous. Everybody's there smiling and happy and joyous. And I was right outside Buckingham Palace doing some television and radio. And actually, like Jane, my favourite moment, I think, was, oh, gosh, there I am. Oh, God, I hate looking
You haven't changed a bit,
anyway,
by the way.
I loved the moment when they went away in that car. It was his dad's, William's dad's Aston Martin, you know, that was very special to Prince Charles. And later he said, well, I didn't mind lending it to the boy, but he forgot to take the handbrake off. So it was kind of going very slowly. Yeah, don't know if it damaged it, but it was a great day.
And what about the party afterwards? Do you know any more juicy bits about the party? Because that intrigued me. Everybody looked so beautiful. Didn't they look like the most perfect night?
Yeah, I'm not sure they looked so beautiful at the end of the night. I think it was pretty, uproarious at times. Obviously, I wasn't invited, sadly, but I think it's always the evening party where they kind of let their hair down. The first reception, hosted by the Queen, is always quite formal, 10,000 canapes and all the rest of it, all very nice. But then in the evening, they kind of breathe a sigh of relief. Normally, the Queen and the Duke wouldn't be there, and so yeah, they have a normal, rave up.
It's amazing, isn't it? Because you sort of talk about the fact that none of us knows exactly what happens behind the scenes with all of these things. But one thing, I think that's the reason why shows like The Crown have been so popular, because it's almost giving us a little bit of an insight. But there's the argument, isn't it? Has it been good for the royal family or has it been bad for the royal family? What do you think?
Well, is it giving us an insight or is it giving us a drama? There's a lot of dramatic license there. I get very nerdy about it. I love it, I watch it, but I get a bit nerdy because I think, no, that didn't happen like that. No, they've got all that backwards. Broadly, though, the thrust of it is accurate. And I do think it's been good, actually, for the royal family because so many young people have come up to me now and said, oh, you knew Diana, what was she like? And I didn't realise all this, that and the other. So I think it's ignited an interest in the royal family, which is really important.
I wanted to ask you also, because I know that it's their 10th anniversary today, but of course they dated almost for about 10 years, didn't they? He really waited, and that she kind of cruelly got called Waity Katie, but it's worked out, hasn't it? I know there are no guarantees, but they seem really solid.
They really do, and that's what actually the 10th anniversary is all about, isn't it? It's tin, it's solid, it's durability, it's strength. And I think, a big part of the success of their marriage and the way they are and carrying out their roles and how well she's fitted into being a senior member of the royal family is because she was given that time to acquaint herself with what it would be like. And even, after they got married, they had, a couple of years in Anglesey when she would more or less be a housewife. She was seen shopping in the supermarket. He was a helicopter and rescue, search and rescue pilot. So she was given in the way Diana wasn't, this gradual entry into this incredibly public life.
What about the influence of her family, Jennie, of the Middletons? Because that must be quite nice for them to be able to get away from all of the pomp and ceremony and protocol and spend time with her family, who are seemingly quite sort of normal, if that's the word.
Yes, I think that's right. I know. We always sort of shun away from this word normal as if the royals are abnormal. I think they're different, certainly. Their lifestyle is different. But the Middletons, absolutely down to earth. I mean, a very well-off family, beautiful house in Bucklebury. But that's where William found so much comfort and security in those years he was dating Kate. He loves his father-in-law, Michael, and gets on very well with Carol. And yeah, he just sort of mucks in, does the washing up, has a Sunday roast. The kids love being around there now. It is the anchor and I suppose the role model of family life that William sadly never had.
Now, your connection with the royal family obviously goes back a really long time because you were a royal correspondent for so long, royal editor for so long, and you had a really nice relationship with Princess Diana, didn't you? Who gave you fashion advice as well, didn't she?
Oh yeah, I've been at this for a long time, but yes, I was. It was years ago. I was on my knees cleaning the kitchen floor when the phone went, and I went over with sort of dripping hands and picked up and it was someone from her staff, the princess's staff, saying, "Oh, Jenny, the princess just wants to let you know that you should continue wearing red on television because it really does suit you."
Well, she was right.
Oh my goodness, that's
So here I am wearing red.
Oh.
And then I was in the bush in Angola. We were in Angola, and she was very cross with me. I challenged her about something. She was very cross, wasn't talking to me. And then after a while, she came over and she said, "OK, I understand. And look, I told you not to wear yellow. It makes you look really sallow." I said, "Oh, thanks."
Do you know what? She sounds like a mate who will only ever tell you the truth, Jenny. That's so lovely.